Okay, if I could get all drivers to go ahead and go in the pits, so I could go and explain the rules before we advance to qualifying in the race.
All right, we're here.
All right, folks, welcome to Crazy Cash Fridays. We try to have one of these races every Friday. A lot of proceeds come from the owner that runs this group, and a lot of it's also donations too. We all pitch into a pot, and on Friday we all race. This week we're doing Dirt Bristol. The rules will go as follows. Restarts, it will be double file back. Lap cars will always go to the back of the line. There'll be no gaps, no hanging back, no jumping the green. Double file until turn 1. So I don't want to see anybody jumping the line or trying to jump through the line until they at least hit turn 1. The lucky dog, first car not on the lead lap, will get a lead back, or excuse me, get a lap back if not involved in any car contact with the infield wall or another car or truck. So if that car didn't touch anyone in that accident and they're a lap bound, then they'll go and get their lap back. If there's a caution at the end of the race, but before the white flag, we will attempt 2 green-white checkers. If there is an accident at the end, at the last lap, we will let it go as long as there's no cars that are blocking. Fast repairs, there will be 1 fast repair. Blinking, if you're warned about your connection and blinking, either causing a distraction on the field or causing a wreck, you should drop below the apron and try to fix your connection. If you do not drop, you will be removed from the race. If you intentionally or recklessly take out a competitor, no handouts for this, you will be booted from the race and receive an EOL for the start of the next race. If it continues further action, and you will be banned from racing in the series. Chat, we know at times things get heated during competition, but we ask that all drivers be courteous to fellow competitors and keep chatting to a minimum during qualifying and the race itself. Race control and the marshal will handle wrecks and incidents to determine who is at fault. That is not your job. So if there's a wreck, try to keep it cool. We're going to watch the replays, and we'll figure out what to do. Wrecking, intimidating, revving your engine in an aggressive manner next to someone under the caution or any time will result in removal of the session or up to 1 week suspension. There will be no EOLs at the start of the race to go to the back of the pack. If you qualify, that's where you start. All restarts on green will not be on the leader. There will be green on the actual flag dropping. 2 or more cars involved in a wreck will have a caution called. So I ask if you do spin out, try to get out of the way, get to the lower bottom of the track, but I will not throw a caution out for you. If there's more than 2 vehicles, then I will throw a caution. Does anybody have any questions so far?
To confirm, the leader can't go. You're saying they'll only go when it goes green.
That is correct. Leader cannot go until the green is dropped. Okay, we're going to go and advance into qualifying. Thank you guys for racing with us, and I hope you guys have fun.
Thank you, host.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Shane.
Thank you.
Hey, sorry, sir. I had you muted. What were you saying? All right, welcome everyone to Dirt Bristol. It's Crazy Cash Fridays here. I am the Orange Football, your announcer for the evening. Getting ready for Dirt Bristol, an exciting week around the NASCAR world where we have virtual Dirt Bristol on Wednesday. We have virtual Dirt Bristol tonight, $50 on the line. We have a main feature tonight, which will feature 33 drivers. So here's how we're going to do it. Going to have heat races, 3 heat races, and the top 11 in each are going to advance to the main. We just finished up our practice session, and in a few moments, we're going to start qualifying. That'll be 2 laps for each driver to set the starting spot. Very exciting. And after each event, we're also going to have the dirt be cleared away. We're going to reset that. Because over the course, if you've noticed, whether it's been the virtual or the real Dirt Bristol, over the course of the run, the track starts rubbering in, and that's going to affect the handling of the cars. And these things are not handling great to begin with. So that should be a fun one tonight. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. We have almost 60 drivers here. So this is not just a show up. No charters here, as far as I know. So it's not just a show up deal. It's not just, all right, we got 30. Here we go. No, this is a full event. Almost 60 drivers competing. And in a few moments, we're going to start our qualifying session. Appreciate you being with us. Right now, they're getting the order set up for qualifying. So when we get the action started now after qualifying, a few rules to keep your eye on. Double file restarts, just like they do in NASCAR. 1 lucky dog, and we will make up to 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered finish. And another one, fixed setups. So this is not, you don't have a chance to tinker on the car, just whatever. This is what we're going to do, and that's how we're going to race tonight. So again, in a few moments, we're going to be starting qualifying. Should be very exciting. Almost 60 drivers here tonight. If I have a moment, let me bring up the practice times, get you a sense of what we had. The 27 car, Steve Loving, was the fastest with a best lap of 17.37 seconds. Ran 16 laps, and people out here ran a bunch of laps in practice, which is delayed a little bit at the start. But you know what? We got it in, and that's the important thing. So Dirt Bristol, Friday night racing, virtual Bristol Motor Speedway looks fantastic, and a full yet socially distanced crowd on hand for that. Go through a few names here in the top standings here. Sorry about that. We'll go through a few of the names in the top standings. So Steve Loving was at the top. Terry Woody in the 33 Toyota in second. Aaron Weisner in the 15 was third fastest. Will Parrish in the 1 was fourth. And James Stanger in the 13 was the fifth. So there's your top 5. Stephen Holbert in the number 4 Toyota was 6th. Garrett Sisk in the number 12 Chevy was 7th. Jerry D. Harrison in the number 23 Ford was 8th. 9th was Brandon Meyer in the number 17. And 10th, Emmanuel Lopez in the number 11 Chevrolet. Let's look at the top 10 in the standings as again we get set in just a few moments. You can see on your screen we're almost ready to qualify for the event here tonight at Dirt Bristol Motor Speedway. 2 laps around the track, but that doesn't set your starting spot as far as the race is concerned. That's just for one of our 3 qualifying sessions, or for our 3 one of our 3 heat races, and then after that we'll get to the main event. 30 laps, 33 drivers. And a couple other things to mention here as we move on a little bit closer to the heat races. Those will have no cautions unless something serious happens, and we have a 2012 Talladega where everyone gets piled in together. So no cautions and no last chance race. It's just going to be those 3 races. So if you are 12th, unfortunately, your night is over.
There's also 2 rules I left out. The last 2, if there is a wreck, please do not Days of Thunder it and try to get through the full throttle. Be smart, slow down. If you do not slow down and hit someone that is slowing down, you will go a lap down. So when a yellow goes, you are locked in your position. Try not to take out any other cars. Take it easy going through
yellow
it.
flags, as I mentioned before.
And the last rule, if you cause 2 cautions, you will get
on
black
my count,
flag
race
DLL.
number
Cause another
3
one, you
of
will
this
get removed
Crazy
from the race.
Cash Friday season at Dirt Bristol tonight. $50 on the line. We're going to have 1 quick repair in the main event. So again, we're just getting all set up. getting ready for qualifying.
That sounds like a lot of DQs
Well, I have
on
a
a dirt
moment.
track.
Since we're in the Dirt Bristol atmosphere, we enjoy the day of qualifying.
Yeah, we're going to go and be a
practice
little bit more relaxed for this one since it is dirt and it's just common
on,
for
the
you
big
guys to be
track.
bouncing off each other anyway. So as long as it's
Real
not
Bristol
anything
Motor
severe,
Speedway.
it's going to slide. Fair enough. Okay, is everyone ready? I'm going to go and advance it.
Driver audio on the broadcast?
Yes, driver audio will be on the broadcast.
Okie dokie.
Are there some of these heat races and then going to the main or just heat races?
There will be 3 heat races of 20 cars. Top 11 will move to the feature. And the feature, there will be 1 A-main.
Okay, thanks.
Click info, you'll see the details.
Good luck, everybody.
All right, so again, a few moments away from the Dirt Bristol here. I want to make sure I wasn't talking over the driver radio. We will have radio tonight, so you guys are on the spot. That's one of the best parts about racing, to be honest. It's a totally different experience when you're just watching a race and when you have the inside info as far as the radio is concerned. So it should be a good time with that tonight. So it looks like in just under a minute, we'll be getting started with the qualifying session. 2 laps, setting the starting spot for 3 heat races. And the top 11 in each are going to go to the main event. And that main event is going to be 33 drivers, 30 laps with cautions, 1 quick restart, or 1 quick repair, and then no competition yellow. So we're just going to go out, and if something happens, we will throw the caution. But here in these heats tonight, we're not going to throw the caution. And there you can see a few
Good luck.
cars getting lined up and ready to go.
Yep, good luck, guys.
I like how these guys are getting around there in the 17-second bracket. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just missed it, man.
And there you can see a shot of Dirt Bristol.
So there's going to be a lot of us watching this heat right here.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks for the
So
update,
here
guys.
are cars out on track.
I want to give a quick shout out to
Anticipation
the
building
Orange
here.
Football for being our
Just about
announcer
ready to go
on
here for
B-Suite's stream. That's
racing
pretty
at
sweet.
Dirt Bristol.
Is damage on these?
Again, top 11. And we'll keep our eye out on the battle for that spot.
You go up top
Especially if
for
someone runs
fast,
away with it
so I
at the
think
front.
so.
We'll keep our eye on what's most entertaining.
Yeah, it's on. I destroyed my car a couple times in practice.
This is a new question, but can I watch all the qualifying, or do I have to just hang out here?
Just double click on one of the guys' names that's in this race, and it should switch over to
It looks like we're skipping the qualifying part. We're going to go straight to the heat races.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
getting it worked out here. But as you can see, cars on track. Pace car out on the track. This will get to the front row in just a moment. 27 on the outside, that 52 on the outside, I should say, and that 27 on the inside.
Terrible.
Again, getting started to go here from Dirt Bristol. Looks like the first of one of our 3 heat races. With more than 60 drivers here. This is going to be a tough one to win. You're going to really have to earn your $50 tonight. This is not an easy one to win. Heard there was some excitement last time at Daytona. And now here we are with the first heat ready to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so you can see
Good
the
luck,
starting
boys.
lineup for this heat. Aaron Weisner.
Good luck.
Sure, the names rolling through
Good luck.
here. And we are getting set for this heat. You can see the pace truck out there on the track right now.
How many go to the feature?
11 make it through.
Thank you. Like the scheme 15.
All right, so here we go, ready to line up for this heat. See the 15 there, the 39. As you roll on back through the rest of the field. Top 11, move on. The rest go home. There is no B main. There is no last chance qualifier. We are ready to go. You can see there 77 virtual degrees. Track to 57. And here we go. Green flag in the air. They got to wait till they get to the start-finish line. No jumping the start, and we are underway. And the 39 car takes a jump on the outside line. That's Brent. 3 wide for second behind him. Little contact to the outside wall. We got to spin. We got a couple on the wall, but remember, no cautions, and we will keep rolling. Lap 1 complete, 9 to go. Brent in the lead. Hudson in third. So again, it's at the discretion whether or not we throw a caution. We're going to keep it going. 39 out to a big lead. You see the top 3 there. So Brent, Libby, and Harrison, the top 3. And we look at the battle for that 10th and 11th spot. Martin, Smith, and Stenger. Those are for the last spots in. Hobart and 8th, you see them right there on the screen. See this battle taking place a little further back in the field. Remember, top 11 get in. You see that beautiful Valvoline Pennzoil car. Excuse me, Valvoline Pennzoil. The beautiful Valvoline 39 car sliding into turn 1. The ends of Bristol a little different. And on to the backstretch now. Libby in second, Harrison in third. That's the top 3. Tony Brent in that 39 car. Ryan Libby driving that 48. Guaranteed rate 4. Jerry D. Harrison in third place. And right behind him, the Busch Beer 56 car, trying to make a pass on the outside, going way high. No one's really used that groove yet. Can they make it stick? Not quite, but they're going to be side by side, heading into turn number 3 with 4 to go. Woods trying to get around on the outside, did it. They're on board with Harrison in the 4th spot. Woods looking real loose there, but he hangs on to 3rd. Meanwhile, Tony Brent, 2 to go. Trying to book his way into this. The battle for first heating up a little bit. Libby is right there, but does he have enough time to catch him? We'll have to see. Coming up on the white flag, 1 lap to go. It's Brent and Libby. Brent takes the outside in the middle of the racetrack now. Libby right behind him, closing up. That 39 car so strong off the center. Sends a little high there. Here they come to the checker flag. Brent in control. He's got it. Tony Brent wins the heat. Libby in second. Woods finishes in third. Harrison in 4th. And we wait to see the battle as you see a lot of cars out of that race. So we're going to have to settle that last
I
spot.
almost had you, Jerry.
So Tony Brent, the winner,
Almost enough.
first of our 3 heats.
1 more lap, you're toast, big dog.
And now we'll move again to heat number 2.
I put a chip in your paint scheme.
There's your first row. Terry Woody.
All I gotta do is
33
hit a button
car.
and you drop 1 second.
Aiden Wooten in second, driving the 56. Charles Buchanan in the 49. Stephen Shaw Jr. in the 96. Dylan Greenway in the 18. Matthew Wynn in the number 6. Gordon Grant in the 31. Stephen Goldner in the 43.
I didn't even know that was you behind me. I might have
Continue
wrecked.
to move down the list here. So again, top 11 will make it in. And we've had 1 in the books. You're right on board with our
I was pushing
official
up on you
iRacing
hard too
pace
that
prep.
last lap, man. That was spooky.
only 8 in this heat. Looks like they all advanced.
Let's hear Loving's audio here. So it'll be Woody and Wooten on the front row. Just got the word from the race officials. Pace truck is about to go in, and you see Woody there in that Kyle Busch Las Vegas style scheme. Here we are, ready to go. Green flag in the air, and here is heat number 2. 33 on the inside. Gonna lead off the back straightaway. 57 slides in the second and goes high again and bounces off that inside wall. And here comes Sean, the 96. They're gonna be 3 wide. Nice save. And a big crash in turn 1. All 3 of the leaders involved in this. Remember, no caution. They were running for second. That's Stephen Shaw Jr. in the 096 and the 33 of Terry Woody. They were running for first and second. Meanwhile, Charles Buchanan is going to take the lead up in the 49. And Wooten in the 57. One of the only ones on that front row early who's still around. And they fight with 8 to go. So very unfortunate. That fine line between aggression and patience. I think that they just overstepped it. Buchanan on the inside, Wooten on the outside. Buchanan leads that lap, and here comes Wooten on the outside. 5 to go at the line, and they run around the lap truck of Woody. That is that hurts to see. Right after he was running up front, and they crashed in turn 1, I believe. Wooten. Here's a replay from that incident moments ago. Just in case the 2 cars running for the same real estate. Looked like maybe got a little tight off the corner, but able to continue. So Wooten leads with 4 to go. Buchanan running in second, and Wynn in the number 6, a distant third. And off the wall, the 57 of Hayden Wooten, and Buchanan takes the lead with 4 to go. So if nothing else, we have seen quite a few lead changes in this one. And again, the 57 bouncing off the wall. Kind of Kyle Larson homestead line this whole race. Off the wall several times. How about right place, right time? Started towards the middle of the field. Running around, minding his own business. The leader's wreck in front of him. And a nice battle with Hayden Wooten now. Here he is, coming to 2 to go. Right on board with them. This is Chris a dirt track. It literally is. Onto the backstretch at Bristol now into turn 3. All alone, uncontested, just bring it home here. White flag, 1 to go in our second heat. 49 of Buchanan. Takes it maybe a little higher than we saw in segment 1 winner, Brent, take it. Here he comes out of turn number 4, all alone. And Buchanan is going to take the second heat race here by 3.5 seconds over Hayden Wooten. Win in 6th, Parkman. And winning in the 6th in 3rd. Excuse me, Parkman into the 25 and 4th, and Tag comes out 5th. So 2 races in the book. Charles Buchanan, your winner of heat race number 2. Excuse me, that was race number 3. Apologies for that. That was the 3rd race. So now we're going to move on to the heat race. the main event, I should say.
Quick reminder that the track will be watered after the 5-minute warm-up.
We've got a 5-minute warm-up before the main event. And be aware that we're going to resod the track, so to speak. So after this event, what you see now is going to go away. All the rubber laid down is going to disappear, and we will have ourselves a brand new racing surface. On track now. Look at the contact there. That was a nice 54 car that goes around on the inside there. They are awfully aggressive in this practice session. Very aggressive. Buchanan, the third heat winner. Apologies for that. Had a little technical difficulty on my side trying to get into that first race. So those are races 2 and 3, but here we are. One thing that we've kind of noticed or learned, if you're
right
not
up to the wall on the turn.
if you're not too familiar with the dirt world,
She's a
one
big
lap-
heavy girl. You got to throw her in extra early.
you hear Shaw's radio there. One lap doesn't mean as much as it does at other tracks.
Sorry, my fault.
Sorry about that, 11.
What you do over the course of a run that makes a difference, not just what you do on lap number 1 or lap number 5. In this case, the track rubber's in or the dirt is fresh, that can totally mess with your handling. So it's more about what you do lap after lap, 10 lap average, 15 lap average. So you see Libby there first with the 17.75. He might have the speed, or he might have just gotten a good line there. We don't know. So, what track position is going to be important in this one? And taking advantage of your stuff is important as well. Taking care of yourself. Right, see there the 54 Mark Kincaid. Follow along with Tony Brent in the 39.
What's a good steering offset?
As we got some trouble here in the warm-up with a minute to go. So let's go over the rules while we have a moment for this main event. 30 laps, cautions will be on. There will be no competition caution, and each driver is going to have one quick repair. And we're going to have yellows on. If we get a yellow late in the race before we get to the caution, or before the white flag, excuse me, we will have up to 2 attempts at a green-white checker finish. Caution happens on the final lap as long as the track's
I
clear.
know a lot of people run 6-1.
We will say thank you very much for participating, throw the checkered flag, and that'll be it. So about 30 seconds left in this warm-up affair.
What's the ratio?
Before we get to the
what
main
about
event.
the offset?
33 drivers, 30 laps.
Plus or minus anything?
It was originally like 33, looks like we have 24 on track now. You see the 48 of Ryan Libby making a little contact with the inside wall as we get set to go here. All right, so here we starting lineup. Loving in the 27, Brent, Powell in the 52, Buchanan in the 49, Wooten in the 57, Libby in the 48, Jeremiah Woods Jr. in the 56, Lopez in the 11, Sitko in the number 5, Wynn in the 6, then
I
Harrison
thought the circus was going to
in that
reset.
23. Continue on through the starting lap. You see them across your screen there.
It did be between practice and queue. I don't think it's a normal feature.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crazy Cash
It'll be better
Fridays.
this way.
I think the feature is set to like 8% usage.
March 26th race from see on your screen. One into
Just needs
Bristol.
more caution.
Looks the same, but you can see
Okay.
there that
6 of
turns 3 and 3, turns 1 and 2. We are just about set to get racing tonight. This is the main event. No competition caution. Cautions are on, however.
Just to
Each
verify,
driver has
the
one
driver's
quick
green, all
repair.
clicks on green, correct?
And we'll run through the starting order again.
Yeah, start
that.
at green. Good luck, guys.
So
It's up front.
24 have
Keep
made it
clean.
through the
Try to.
gauntlet.
Good luck, boys.
Excuse me, got 42 tonight.
Good luck, everybody.
Here we are. From virtual Bristol
Thank you,
Motor
B2E.
Speedway.
Thank you, Orange.
in between races. The track has
And
been
thank you, Shane Wells.
reworked. And we are just about set
Single file
to
through
go
one.
green. Moving on the inside, Brent on the outside. 40-lap shootout for $50. Green flag in the air, and we are underway. Brent pulls out to an early lead. Loving's still there. Car around. At least that's the 15 car on the inside there. We stay green. And we got battles all over the place. Couple more bouncing off the outside wall there. We continue green. 42 cars out here. This is going to be quite an event. You see the 21 car there. Oh, we got trouble on the inside. Car around. On the back straight, and that will be our first caution of the evening. The 54, Mark Kincaid, and he just tagged someone coming down the racetrack. The 61 of Kevin Dodson. Caution is out. Tony Brent, your leader at lap number 5.
Got some good car in the 3.
Now, Gordon Grant having some problems at the inside wall.
How does the surface suck?
It's not the surface, it's throttle control.
Hey, 61, my bad, man. I didn't hit you on my screen, but I seen it on the broadcast. That shows smoke you started, man.
By the time we get 20 or 30 laps in, I mean, it's just going to be a skate city.
That's when it gets fun. Challenging and not just slam the gas and crank the wheel.
Well, the difference is when it's slick, you can't hold two lines.
All right, so let's see replay what happened here.
Slide jobs.
Looked to be one of those just Bristol accidents. You see him getting a little loose here.
How many times have you won this race in A?
Yeah, makes a little contact into the inside wall, trying to save it,
Am I supposed to be impressed by that?
and then right as he was trying to
I'm
get
just
back,
curious.
nowhere to go.
57 come by.
So caution out here as we're at lap number 7.
Do a dirt track in real life.
Tony Brent, our segment 1 winner, segment 2,
It's
excuse
funny
me.
because this is my first
Heat two
race in
winner.
this car. Yeah, Bristol Dirt.
Is
I'm
the
not
leader.
knocking you, I'm at 27. How many times you've been to a dirt track in real life?
Ran open wheel modified 12 years ago.
Then you should know what a flat job is.
We
Hagerstown,
remain under
good
caution,
track.
but remember,
Yeah, but why
one
would
quick
you want to
repair in the
run
race.
on a surface that doesn't have any wear on it?
I'll just toss out a reminder that not everybody here has done a lot of dirt racing before, and no way.
Copy.
your top
That should be
5
a
at the
dirt
moment.
track
Brent
right
in
now,
the
for rain.
39, Buchanan in the 49, Loving the 27, White Rail in the 52, and Libby in the 5. Double file, looks like we're about set to go racing.
I'll tell you what, even if I get wrecked
49
out,
Buchanan on the
Bristol Dirt is
outside,
fun.
Brent the 39 on the
Right,
inside.
It is.
One to go coming back to the line.
Look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
They've stressed to these drivers, do not
Maybe too
jump
much
the
dust, you
start.
won't see anything on TV.
So make sure you do not go until after the start-finish line. This will be heavily policed. So we are just about ready to go. 9 laps complete out of 40. The first quarter of this one, so to speak. And we are green. Buchanan with a great jump on the outside. We got a crash in the back. 48 involved. That's Buchanan. The 16 is there. They bounce off each other. For the moment, we stay green. Everyone straighten themselves out. Maybe spoke too soon. Now we got more in the back. Second caution of the day, and the 33 car, among others.
Cars.
Brent continues to lead. Need to see a replay what happened there, but at the start, saw the 48 car look like get a little contact. A few more
Pretty
cars spinning
slippery.
out.
This is fun.
You're right on board.
These cars are so heavy, I'm used to racing like super late and pro late.
There's nowhere to go.
You just say this is like racing super late?
No, I said these cars are so heavy, I'm used to racing super late or pro late.
Okay, that makes more sense. At first I thought you said that it's like racing super late. I'm like, what freaking cars are you racing?
No, this is like racing dump trucks.
Yeah, that's about how I would explain it. I raced a freaking leaf spring stock car that could handle better than these things.
Leaf spring, that's taking me back inside.
It
Right on
wasn't
board with
that
39
long
and
ago,
Tony
it was
Brent.
about 5, 6
Your
years
leader.
ago. So I went up to a
You're at Dirt
modified, but
Bristol.
yeah.
There's on
Hey,
board
but-
with the 49 Charles Buchanan. Those guys have been up front for
Can I get a wave around?
good portion. In fact, those are the winners of 2 and 3. Jake White Rail in the 52 Toyota. And Steve Loving in the 27 our leader through most of the practice session, so we know he's got some speed in it.
Guess that's a no.
And on board Aaron Weisner in the 15 in 5th place in his Chevy.
Is it going to be a single file restart or double? It should be double. I hit the wrong button, trying to throw yellow.
There's Manuel Lopez
Thanks,
running
thanks.
6th in that 11 Chevy. Or Sibley in the 37.
I prefer single file restart, thank you.
7th spot. And one thing to remember when you see these accidents and cars piling in, their brakes are not going to work as well on the dirt as they would on an asphalt course. So when something happens in front of you, you only have so much time to react. So that's something to keep in mind here. And we have 25 laps to go. Brent, your leader. He takes the inside. Buchanan on the outside. We'll try this again. These two have battled for a good portion of this race when we've been under green, and now they'll do it again. Second row, White Roel and Loving. And then if it gets really crazy, Weisner and Lopez for row number 3. 25 laps to go. $50 on the line. Pace truck is in. Brent inside in the Valvoline car. Buchanan on the outside. We are green again. 3 and 4 wide bouncing off each other in the back. Can they save it? No. One car around on the inside. Let's see if he keeps going. Loving takes the lead in the 27. We got another crash in the back. Hard hit there. That's the 96 of Steve Shaw. Meanwhile, up front, Brent has retaken the lead. We remain green. Loving in second. You see there's Ryan Libby in the 48. Ahead of him, Pete Yetman in the 21. 22 laps to go. They're going to go by a little quick here at Bristol. And there's what remains of the front end of the Stephen Hulbert machine. But there's your leader, Tony Brent, in the 39. Taking that high line. And he's out to a second lead over Loving. So this is where you really have to earn your money. Literally, in this case, we got $50 on the line. 21 to go. See some nice battles for position there in that Busch Light car. Patriotic car. 6 hard up into the wall. Continues on. A lot of these cars missing front ends. 20 to go. Meanwhile, you see that lead up front. It's under a second. The Loving cutting into it a little bit. It's right on board Brian Tagg in the 9 car. Running just inside the top 20. Look at these things. Oh, around goes the 9. Collecting several other cars. Can he keep it off the wall? That's Brian Tagger riding on board with him moments ago. No caution, tracks clean, and we remain green with 18 to go. Tony Brent in the 39, very grateful for that. And here's Steve Loving working his way through a bit of lap traffic. He's closed in on the leader. 17 laps to go. Does he have anything for him? Oh, he's working in there for sure. Trying to get around that 16 machine. $15 to go at the line. We got a spinner up in the banking. He gets down to the inside, but not before caution. Caution with 15 to go. And we're going to have ourselves a battle for the lead. Tony Brent in the 39. Steve Loving in the 27. It would have been an interesting battle without that. You can see Loving was catching him just a bit.
You should be DQ'd. No one DQ'd you. Yeah, I'm out.
I got DQ too.
Is it giving you a penalty or anything?
See the 27 of Steve Loving there on pit road.
If he didn't serve his penalty, the game will automatically DQ him after so many laps.
So there goes your... So there goes your battle for the lead we thought. As Steve Loving, the 27, heads to pit road. So Tony Brent, your leader. And we have some new players at the front. Sibley in the 37 and Wooten in the 57. And the 48 of Libby. 96 of Shaw. And Loving drops further down, as you can see there on the rundown. And the 6th spot is Hensley. So now here we go, 12 laps to go. Working our third caution by my count.
So 21, I would have given you UL, but you're already back. So consider this to your warning.
Templar.
Yeah, I had to throw it because you were going backwards. Up
So this
the
race, in a
track.
lot of
Make
ways,
sure
has
you
felt
get
like,
down
you know,
towards
an
the bottom of
old school affair at Bristol.
You're in front of me. You're in front of me. 19.
One guy up front kind of dominating the thing, and then behind him all
That's
manner of
because
chaos
Noah
breaking
wasn't
out. The
lane
man at the
choice.
front has been Tony Brent. Can he hang on? That is the question. He takes the inside. On the outside is that purple machine of Sibley. Can he spring the upset? As we're going to have ourselves a 10-lap shootout. And a reminder, since cautions have played into it, if there is a late caution and the race goes past the scheduled distance before we get to the white, we will have 2 attempts at a green-white checker finish after that. Whatever works. All right. So we're just wrapping up from our third caution. Brent was led for most of this race in the inside, excuse me. Sibley in that purple Ford on the outside.
You meant to be outside.
The iRacing pace truck pulls down. Here we go. Wooten, I gave him a good push in that outside lane. 37 into the wall, and it's a battle between Wooten and Brent for the lead. Brent took the outside. Wooten took the inside. And the battle heating up for the lead. Car spinning behind. We stay green for the moment, and we will remain green. 4 wide there. 8 to go. Car fully sideways on the inside. That's the 16 of Michael Bennett. He keeps going. Brent continues to lead. Wooten in the 57. Keegan hard for second. They continue bouncing off each other. And another spin. And we continue green. And remember, all this happening, at some point the leaders are going to come up to this. And what will happen then? Will lap traffic play a factor? We'll have to await all of this. The 36 of Brent continues to lead. Wooten in second. Wright Morrell in third. And the 096 of Shaw. Just been passed by the 48 of Libby. As we got a car back. Oh, hard hit. Kerry Hensley into the outside wall. And that may be our 4th caution of the day. It will be. So again, just like the first caution of the day, as the leaders come by.
Do we get lane choice?
Just a case of a car can't get out of the way. And a hard hit for that car. So with 4 to go, we may be on the verge of having our first overtime here.
Chances
would be
are
very
it's going to
fitting.
be the end of the race anyways.
And Tony Brennan saying, how more of these can I have to deal with?
After 4 caution lights.
So more than likely, we are going to go in overtime here.
Check it or anything like that.
So we're lined up with 3 to go. On the outside, you see Brent. On the inside, you see the noseless 57 car, Wooten. You know, handling and aerodynamics not as important on the dirt. There's a shot of it. So you replay that previous event, you're right on board. Got up into the 19 there, and then car's going to come in and clobber the 19. So 4th caution working, 3 to go. Brent, your leader, who won the
96, you know you're about to blow up, don't you?
second race. And then the 57 of Wooten, who's just kind of played the old survive and advance game.
96 Taylor, I'm going to black flag you.
Another replay here.
That engine's not going to last till the end of the race.
Miss that 19. All right. So let's line it up for you. Brent in the 39. We've talked about him all day.
Thank you.
Second is Hayden Wooten. Third, not Kyle Busch. That's Jake White Royale. The 48 of Ryan Libby.
Stand inside if you can, please.
And in 5th, the 37 of Corey Sibley, who started on the front row last restart and then struggled with the start a bit. So we are going into overtime. We'll make 2 attempts at a green-white checker finish.
Do we seriously not get lane choice?
If we take the white flag, the next flag will win the race.
What you on about? Blow a cigarette.
And if they all crash
You know,
before,
they had an advantage.
if they all crash before we get to the white flag, we'll try it again. On the inside is Brent. On the outside is Wooten. Brent has dominated this race. Can he have one more good restart and win here at Dirt Bristol? Green flag in the air. We're racing. Not the best start. Wooten slides in front. Takes the lead. Several cars spinning on the backstretch. Do we keep it green? No. Caution is out. We'll do it again. And we'll have to re-rack and see who was involved in that. I believe I saw the 36 there spinning on the inside. And if that is the case, what an unfortunate end to a dominant affair. Excuse me, the 39, I should say, Tony Brent, and it is. Oh, you dominate a race all day. You have chaos happening behind you, and all you have to do is nail one more restart. And unfortunately, that was the death knell. But, I mean, at this point in the race, you're just going for the spot. So now, after all that, Ryan Libby is your race leader. White Royale in second, and Wooten, who was involved in that incident moments ago, in the third spot.
I get an EOL, so I'm smoking from the rear.
Sure.
And we have a wide open race. You're on board with the 57.
In the top 10, I believe I started almost last.
On board the 39, rather. Woo! So Hayden Wooten nailed that restart.
Yeah, just drop it to the pits when you can. 16, please.
Came down a little bit, but that's just pure racing.
What's that?
But now here's Ryan Libby.
You're smoking. Either fix the engine.
2 laps away from a
drop it in the
$50
pits.
payday, but White Royale has something to say about it. And if you mix, or if you want to bring in the two worlds of, the Cup Series and iRacing,
Thanks for the host.
there's an M&M's car that kind of came out of nowhere to win a race earlier this year. That was in the Busch Clash with Kyle Busch, so maybe the same powers in effect here for White Royale. But Ryan Libby is now in the position we saw moments ago. Can he nail one restart, hang on for half a lap,
Can I get a clear
to
black
get
flag,
to the
please?
white,
I
and then
got
either take the
flagged when
checkered or
that
hope that all
96
manner
was
of chaos
smoking,
breaks out
and
behind
it
him?
turned green. He's on the inside.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find the option.
This is it, attempt number 2 at a green-white
Anybody
checkered
else?
finish. And unlike NASCAR, I don't think we have limited attempts, so we better get this in right here and right now. Libby in the 48 on the inside.
A lot of pace laps, ain't it?
White Royale in the 52 on the outside. Second row, Sibley, 37. The 57 of Wooten. The control car is going to be that 48 in the lower lane. Cannot jump this start. Pace truck is off. We ride on with White Royale for the restart. Green flag. Got a good jump into turn 1. Trouble for the 48 car. They're bouncing around, and it's White Royale in the 52 coming around to take the white flag. Sibley in second. White flag. We're at 1 to go. White Royale leads them onto the back straightaway. Ben in the back, we're in the white flag. And you talk about survive in advance. Jake White Royale coming off turn number 4, uncontested, checkered flag. He didn't lead them all, but he led the ones he needed to. And Jake White Royale wins at Dirt Bristol.
Yeah, you're about a joke, Hayden.
How about that? Gets tagged, but I don't think he's going to mind that. What a win.
Nice job, 52.
You see the running order there, and didn't make much noise until the finish. Nailed the final restart as there was problems for the 48 car, Ryan Libby there, who was a control car on the inside. And the 52, Jake White Royale, your winner. Corey Sibley takes second. Hayden Wooten in third. Libby in fourth. And Stephen Shaw bring home the top 5. Top 10, Jeremiah Woods Jr. 7th, Kevin Dodson. 8th, Steve Loving. 9th is Gordon Grant. And 10th, Mark Kincaid. Tony Brent ends up in 13th spot after leading for the majority of this race. We run through the rest of the order here. All the way down to the 42 cars who entered. What a wild event that was. And a deserved winner. There are different ways to win races. Sometimes you're up front. Sometimes you do it by strategy, and sometimes you're just in the right place at the right time, and you need to take advantage of the moment. And I think we saw a mix of all of those, and in the end, it is the 52 car celebrating. A well-deserved win at Dirt Bristol. And up until the celebratory burnout, one of the few cars that didn't have much damage on it. Yeah, burn it on pit road too while you're at it.
Drivers, thank you very much for the clean race. I know it's kind of hard on this track. You guys did very well. Congratulations to the winner. Winner, if you could please find us at our Discord, and we will go ahead and get you your earnings. Everyone else, feel free to join our Discord. That way we can give you an update for next week's race. Once again, thank you everybody for racing. This was awesome. Thank you to our announcer and our broadcaster. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
So that'll do it from Dirt Bristol. I've been the Orange Football. I appreciate you being with us tonight. We'll do it again on another Friday. Hope you have an enjoyable rest of your evening, and thanks for being along on Crazy Cash Fridays. Take care.
All right.